Okay. Lee Stranahan, how you doing? I'm going to try this again, people. I'm really going to try this again. Do you know how many days there are before the election? Are you capable of not screwing this up and making conservative people look stupid? Are you capable of it? Because I don't know if you are. At this point, I don't know if you are. I really don't. Do you know the difference between actually looking at the WikiLeaks and finding important stuff? That video that made Drudge the other night about the Lolita Express. By the way, does anyone occur to you that if you are molesting children, that perhaps calling your plane like the Lolita Express, because this has gotten out and people are talking about it now, that might be a bad idea because it's not a subtle reference, right? So who calls it that? No answer, no answer. You got to focus, people. I'm going to show you. People are there's this list going around of like pasta and cheese and stuff like that. Ready? Here, I'll do it to you. Here's a WikiLeaks. Here, I'm gonna do. Apparently this works. Pizza. Do you know what pizza means? I think it means pizza. But you know, here's what I'm gonna do. Look, watch. I should get a zillion hits on this because I'm gonna act like a moron looking at WikiLeaks. Yeah, look, Dave and I are in town and back with final tidal wave. Tidal wave means orgy truck. Fresh produce means prostitutes. Beets are hermaphrodite prostitutes from northern India. Tomatoes are 10-year-old lesbians from New Delhi. Onions. Now see what I'm doing? I'm making it up. No, you said pasta means boy. Who said that? You moron. What are you doing? Are you stupid? Seriously, how stupid are you? Do you want to make everybody look stupid? Because don't. Here's what I'm going to do. Yeah, lots of people are taking the bait. Pizza Party Ben, for fuck's sake, what are you doing? Now, the reason I say this is because you need to understand it is completely troll bait, and people like Pizza Party Ben, who does have a following and stuff like that, because of his association with Milo and everything like that, are out there talking about it, and it really looks stupid. And they're putting up things. It's really, right, exactly, it makes us look like idiots. And here's why it's important. Watch. I tweeted this out before. What am I looking at here? Hang on. I'm just going to search to get to the real one. Yeah, it does give us a bad name. Okay, watch. Here's the deal. This one that I tweeted out earlier, it said huge. Well, there's a couple actually that are huge. Hang on one second. I bet I got them here. This one is huge. This one is actually huge. And it makes a big difference. And rather than make up stuff about what word food means child prostitution, you people, watch. Latest website fact check. This one is a big deal right here. Look at the top here. This doesn't have to be a Q&A about what her staff is doing related to requests for emails. She, it seems to be Hillary, was asked last week and wasn't prepared with an answer. So we should just add this to the long list of Q&As. And at least maybe she won't have to answer it verbally again. So this right here, this is a big deal. You dig? This right here, this is a big deal. This is them discussing talking points. And you can see who's on the list. There's a long list of people. And they're trying to get talking points about email. This shows that there's a cover-up about the email. And there clearly is a cover-up about the email. And they're batting back and forth what the Q&A points should be. And what's interesting is you can see here, I'm going to explain what's going on. So here's the Q, which is Clinton said she did not use her email to send or receive classified information. But the State Department and 2 inspector generals said some of these emails do contain classified information. Was her statement inaccurate? No. Information, so that's the Q. The A is no information in Clinton's emails was marked classified at the time she sent or received them. We now know this is false, right? We now know Comey admitted that was false. But what you're seeing here is they're not attempting to tell you the truth. They're not attempting to tell anybody the truth. What they're doing is making stuff up. And they're having trouble making stuff up because they're having to cover it up. This one is significant, and it's new. What else we got here? One sec. The New York Times one I tweeted is also a big deal. Let me just find that, because I haven't tweeted a zillion things. But I'm just saying, look, with so many days before the election, and you're walking around taking the word pizza to see what it can mean. Well, this would be really meta. What I should do, I wonder, this is my current Periscope. If I hit the button, the world could explode. I think that's what would happen. My Twitter name is Stranahan. Everything I'm talking about I've posted already. Talking points being hashed out. State Department, 37 emails, hang on. This one here, the one I marked huge, there's my Twitter name. If you want my Twitter name, there it is. Don't cross the streams. That's my point. That doesn't just apply in the men's room. There's a certain thermodynamic principle involved. But here, New York Times email content. This is a big deal. This is a big deal because of the date, okay? March 17th, 2015. This is a big deal. This is when the New York Times broke the initial story. And the thing I pointed out, but I want to point it out again here, is that Philippe, and again, this is them trying to figure out talking points because they know they've got a crisis. This is Philippe Reigns responding. He said there's a lot to respond to here. First and foremost, the premise is wrong. There is nothing wrong with anybody having a personal email address or her emailing someone's a private account or vice versa. This is a lie. You got to remember the issue here is that Hillary Clinton never used, I want to specify this, she never used her state.gov account. Never. She never used her state.gov account. She only used, the entire time she was Secretary of State, a personal email address. You got it? She only used for work, for all of her work as Secretary of State, she only used exclusively, yep, that's right, and this is in the OIG report. I mean, check out the OIG report. It's in there. I'm not going to pull it up right now because it would be a pain. But this is it. This is Philippe Reigns. Secondly, it was her practice, as well as ours, to conduct work on the .gov system. That's a blatant lie. Now, I'm going to tell you what should happen at this point. Forget indicting her, because they're not going to do that tonight. He absolutely knew it. He absolutely knew it because he emailed with her. He needs to be fired right away. Philippe needs to go. This is what's not happening. I'm going to flip this camera around. Just the rest of it, but it just says right there. It was our practice, as well as hers, to conduct work. In those cases, we didn't, which could have been for any reason, including state being down. In those cases, the onus is on us to make sure that anything that should have been ended up in the right place did. Give me a sec, because people lose the connection. Am I back? If I'm back, someone say you're back. Okay, thanks. So here's the deal. What should be happening here is Republicans, not just Trump, not just his surrogates, but the GOP, the party, Reince Priebus, and other people let me explain a Alinsky tactic, since we're dealing with Hillary Clinton, an Alinskyite who knew Alinsky, okay? You pick a target. I choose Donna Brazile. Head of the DNC, we know she lied. She's been let go from CNN. She's a horrible liar. We know that. Pick a target and force them out. Every single day, new people should be forced to resign. All systems need to be go. I gotta say, even the right-wing media, I don't want to criticize Breitbart because I work for them, but you know what? I really don't believe that Breitbart should. I don't have any say in this. I don't think we should be focusing on the polls. I'm going to be honest. I think we should be focusing on making people resign. I think 100% of our focus should be on building up a media narrative. Anybody who's in on this, the caller, the Blaze, is bad as Glenn Beck has been. I know he's not a Donna Brazile fan. Everybody on the internet needs to be focused. You pick a target. This is Alinsky. You pick a target, you freeze the target, and you go bam, 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 until Donna Brazile is forced to resign, until Roland Martin is forced to resign. If it's done right, that can take 1 day, and there's not that many days left. Peter Kazdick is the target I would pick next. But I would get Donna Brazile. We have not been doing this. I really want to stress this. The Republicans suck at this game a lot of the time. I want you to notice I don't have any inside dope here whatsoever. But what happened with Paul Manafort, for instance, was the Ukraine stuff was building, and they were going to start. Remember what they did with Corey Lewandowski and Michelle Fields? They made Corey. Now, he didn't quit. In my opinion, by the way, he should have taken a leave right away. That was really unprofessional of Corey. And everyone wants to go like, people on the right like to go like, oh, well, it wasn't true. I don't care if it was true. If that's your job, you're the campaign manager, you step aside. It's your job to fall on the sword. Every pro in politics knows that. That's not wimping out. That's getting a distraction out of the way. And people know this. We need to make Donna Brazile or Pete Kazdick, I don't even care who the thing is, Philippe Reigns now. They need to be the target, and everybody needs to be talking about them. Now, the chance to do this also is on the Sunday talk shows, but that's like 2 days away. So right now, I don't care what the polls are. Like, I want you to understand how this works. The media is an arm of the Democrat Party. The WikiLeaks shows this, and they know it. And the media has the ability. John Nolte used to say this all the time. He's no longer Breitbart, but John was right about this. The media is essentially a PAC, right? It's essentially a PAC. It's not a PAC, and I'm going to say they hide behind free speech, and I don't like saying that because I'm a big free speech person, but what they do is they use their ability to have free speech. If a PAC tried to get out the messaging that the media got out, 91%, whatever, negative stuff about Trump, over and over and over, they couldn't coordinate with a campaign, they couldn't do all sorts of stuff. PACs, the speech of a PAC is put over here, and like it's got very strict rules, and the speech of the media is put over here, and it's free press, right? They're effectively operating as an arm of the Democratic Party. They really are. And it's high time Republicans realized that and started acting like it. I don't make any bones about it. I'm supporting Trump. I don't make any bones about it. I write for Breitbart News. We're supporting Trump. Period. But at least we don't bullshit about it, right? At least we don't lie about it. At least we're upfront about it. We're clearly, at once he's the nominee especially, that's what we're doing. And we're up against PACs. We're up against the Hillary Clinton campaign. We're up against the president. The president is now going out shilling for Hillary, shilling against the FBI, you see? And it's high time Republicans got some balls and some brains on this stuff and realized you need a focused attack. Find someone, pick them, hammer, 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 until Donna Brazile, who was already having a mental breakdown the other night, it needs to be that Donna Brazile can't sleep. I don't know how else to put it. That's what it needs to be. The pressure needs to be unrelenting. And it's not that it's arbitrary, and it's not that I'm being mean to Donna Brazile. Screw her. She lied repeatedly about feeding debate questions, cheating on the presidential debates, and yet she is still there at the DNC. How is that possible? It's only possible because the opposition, that's us, is talking about whether pasta is that a girl prostitute or... What is wrong with you people? What is wrong with you? This is a presidential campaign, and you're like, oh, squirrel. Oh, let me. Oh, look, a squirrel. Stop it. Stop it. This is warfare, and they treat it as such. Listen to my podcast with David Horowitz. Horowitz knows this game. He's been doing it since the 60s. Horowitz knows the game. Making the News, go search for it on iTunes. You can find it. Find the episodes. It's free. I'm not trying to sell you anything. Just go look at it. Go listen to it. This is war. This is warfare. And the Democrats treat it like warfare. And they use the media, and they use the presidency, and they use Harry Reid, and they use the media some more, and they use the Department of Justice. You got to realize how deep this corrupt, and they'll use a Republican. Oh, can we get a Republican? Can we get McCain to say something nice about us? This is war, people. Start treating it like war. Start treating it like war. As soon as you find yourself saying, oh, I'm not a conspiracy theorist, but like blah, 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 and then you're saying something that you can't back up, stop it, because you're going to kill this election. You're going to kill it. Right now, we are on a razor-thin margin. This is winnable. It's right here. It's this thin. So don't screw it up. Anyway, that's the thing I always say. So let me real quickly see if there's any questions. Here's how. So someone's asking how. That's a good question. When you see somebody talking, Jake Tapper just, oh my God, go die in a fire. Here's how to do it. Number one, when you see people spouting bullshit, publicly call them out. Say, stop spouting that bullshit. Focus. That's what you do. You just get on the field and say, like, look, what are you doing talking about this stuff? You don't have any proof for it. Stop spreading these dumb memes that have nothing to do with anything. That's what you do. You call people out. Here's the thing. Being more knowledgeable, here's what I'm saying. Slow your roll. That's what I'm saying. Slow your roll. You'll see it. You'll see it. So someone's asking, Don was humiliated by Hillary. That's Hillary Rosen. Is that what you mean? Because it was Hillary Rosen. There's two Hillarys. And yeah, a news crew said that they did it. And I'm not saying don't be passionate. I'm not saying don't be crude. I mean, here's the thing. All the stuff people talk about Chernovich all the time. The stuff he's talking about with the techniques of persuasion, that is perfectly valid stuff, and you should use it, right? So that's what I'm saying. I'm not, because people have been trying to start problems between Mike and I don't like it, because it's not true. I've always said he's got lots of valuable information there, but you got to pick it. So if somebody watches Chernovich's stuff and they learn persuasion techniques, and then they use them to talk about pasta and prostitutes and everything else, oh my God, it's the worst thing in the world. It's like they say, use your power for good, not for evil. So anyway, I gotta go. I do. But what do I think of you? I love you guys. Check out the new Making the News thing. Michael Patrick Leahy coming up tonight. More coming. Bye.